Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Attrition, and welcome to another game of Homeworld. Today we will be having a 3v3, which is something we don't, something I've not done too many of, primarily because they tend to take a very long time to sort of get started. It seems to be that the bigger the fleet everybody builds, the more hesitant they are to use it. But, well, I've skipped the first 4 minutes of this, so hopefully, fingers crossed, the game should kick off with a big, nice battle full of lots of ships before I run out of things to say. So, I think first thing we should do is introduce the players. And yes, over here. This, I believe, judging from the colour scheme, is X-Lax. So I don't know if EX is a clan, or maybe Lax is a clan. Who knows these days? Maybe not. But yes, this is the Teal, is it? The Teal Higaran, or Kushan, technically, yes, Kushan. They're not Higarans until the second
Proximity
one.
detector research
so, yes.
complete.
And his ally,
Proximity sensor
the sort of
available
orangey
for
one.
construction.
I believe this is, yes, this is Sir
Corvette
Foggy.
chassis research
Now,
complete.
I was fairly sure that Sir
Salvage
Foggy
Corvette
is a
available
player
for
I've
construction.
cast before, but I had a quick look through my previous videos and it didn't pop up, so I'm no longer quite sure. And the third ally, this slightly darker orange, this is Ploken? Yes, Ploken. So 3 Kushan players, slightly teal, green, bluish, and 2 orange players. And their opponents, over here, the yellow, we do have a lot of Kushans today. This will be O. I think if we just put the mouse over here, yes, this is O. So nice simple name, at least I'm fairly sure I'm pronouncing that one correctly. And the purple guy, this is Super. And judging from the name, HG is on both of these names, so I'm guessing that stands for a clan, but I'm not sure which. And I think I've got a feeling I've had Super on this channel before, but I can't quite remember. And his ally, the only tie-down player, is Zolo.
Support command received.
Yeah, not really much I can say about him either. I've got to be careful because I keep on disconnecting things from my computer when I get a little bit too animated and my hands fly around and I unplug my mic and then the entire thing all tabs to Windows desktop, and that's just very, very bad. So yes, Homeworld Remastered, it's coming out in 10 days time. I have the collector's edition pre-ordered, but I pre-ordered it from America, so it might take a while to get here, so I may have to pre-order the Steam version as well. I mean, I've done that with games before, and I'm happy to do that with good games. I still have my job, so I can. Or at least I've got it for the next 7 weeks.
Unidentified probe
So maybe in
detected.
2 months' time I'll be able to do a lot more casts. Anyway, my mind's gone blank. Okay, so let's see what
Mine
people are
lane
doing.
tech research. Mine layer Corvette available for construction.
EX-Lax is going for mine lane corvettes, as we've just heard. And we've got a nice standard 4 scouts, interceptors, support frigates, and a few corvettes coming up now. In terms of research ships and whatnot, he's only got 3. I'm not sure if he built another one. He has, if we can see, 2 resource controllers, which is a little unusual, and 6 resource collectors, which is a pretty solid number actually. His ally has, well, there's 2 resource collectors here and a resource controller, and so his ally, which is, this is Foggy, if I remember correctly, has 5 collectors. Oh no, it's just built 2 more. that means he's gone up to 7 collectors and 3 controllers, 3 support ships, some corvettes there, and a lot fewer scouts. I don't think there were any like oh yes, so no interceptors. So that could, we'll have to see how well that plays out. I mean, I think he's putting a lot of sort of resources into, well, resources. So if the opposing team do what I was talking about earlier and just hang back, then that's going to pay off. If they rush in for the kill, he might not have enough to fend them off. And this is Ploken, who, if we notice, has built an extra 3 research ships. Sir Foggy has built 2 extra research ships. So Ploken has the full research, is rushing for probably capital ships to be in all likelihood. And let's see, we got 6 resource collectors there, 2 there, so that's up to like 8 resource collectors. But it looks like only 1 resource controller, and he's already got assault frigates out. And their opponents, well, this guy's built quite a nice frigate force. We've already got 2 iron cannon frigates, 3 assault frigates, 4th assault frigate, and a 3rd iron cannon frigate in the back there. A nice harvesting operation. That's what, 5 collectors and 2 controllers. So that's actually quite small, but it does have this as well. So
Capital
that's
ship
6
chassis research,
collectors
assault frigate available for construction.
and 3 controllers. And he's sort of not quite rushing the full speed on the research, but he's put in quite a bit. That's O, by the way. And his ally, this is Super, lots of strikecraft. That's probably about 25-30 interceptors. Nice corvette force there. Some frigates hanging back. A lot of support frigates, iron cannon frigates, assault frigates. He's got 2 collectors, 3 collectors, and a controller there. And he's just scooping up the remainder here. So that's only about 5 collectors and 2 controllers, I think, in total. And finally over here, oh, that's a pretty hefty frigate force as well. I think that's quite a balanced force. You've got a nice corvette wall, repair corvettes, lots of strikecraft, and lots of frigates in the back. Salvage corvettes out as well, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. I've got a feeling that when this all kicks off, it's going to be pretty confusing. So I'll try to do my best to spot any salvage attempts, and we can see this is a very smart move from these 2 players. This is both. This is AX Lax and O deploying mines, and they've got also proximity sensors out, which I don't know if they're going to do anything, but it's better to have them than not, I suppose. And yeah, Lax still, he's going to be quite behind on the research, but I think he's put in, well, he went in for these mine laying corvettes, and they are so good, and the longer this goes on without a fight, the better they're going to be, the more bang for the buck he's going to get. Oh, that's a collision or something there. And the longer everybody stands off from each other, the more mines are going to be out, and they do a lot of damage. And really mining up this sensor resource patch, that's going to be a nasty thing to fight against.
Position set.
Especially as harvesters are just going to wander into the minefields.
Unidentified probe detected.
Ooh, unidentified probe detected. And yes, so as I said before, this is just going to be everybody waiting. Eventually something will kick off. It's kicked off over here. We can see this is, oh, it just says enemy ship, so it's yellow. So this is O, I believe, sent in this group of fighters, strikecraft, and he's pulling these units out of position to deal with them. So maybe it's all about to kick off, or maybe that was a bit of a skirmish up at the start. Yeah, EA Lax has decided he's not going to go all the way into the enemy, and Foggy is sort of or these, I don't know if these are
Iron
Foggies. Oh no,
cannon
these are
research.
Plokens.
Iron
Ploken went
cannon
all
frigate
into the enemy,
available for construction.
but Foggy and the ALAX pulled back, and we can see now these frigates coming in, starting to do tremendous amount of damage already to this controller. I think in fact it's already pretty... Oh, okay. Yeah, this is going to be the point where it just starts to get too confusing. Even that that means the proximity sensors are activated, I believe. Yeah, so who knows what on earth is going on here. We've got two fights really. One here, one here. Lots of strike craft from both players. Here with this huge clump of capital ships in the middle that are going to be getting repaired from whatever damage they take. The mines, you can see there these tiny little things, but I don't think there are that many left. And if we zoom out really, it's anyone's guess as to who's winning. Over here, this is pretty much strike craft only, but there's a nice missile destroyer coming in from, I'm guessing it's O again, and that's really going to start clearing away these strike craft here.
Proximity alert.
Yeah, these strike craft here, their lifespan is limited. Like this, they're going to be doing a lot of damage, but they're actually only scared, so there's no bombers or anything. There's, I've got a feeling ALAX is going to struggle to deal with. There's another destroyer there. So that's two destroyers out for sort of the Red Alliance. And I haven't seen any for the sort of yellow and greenish ones for the Lax, Foggy and Ploken. But destroyers aren't everything, and they can be taken out. Yes, so we've got... Okay, let's just take a moment to focus. We have lots of capital ships over here, including O's missile destroyer and Ploken. Is it? Or is it Zolo? Oh, I can't tell anymore. And somebody's normal destroyer there. Over here, we've got these strike craft doing lots of damage to these iron cannon frigates that are just sort of trying, I suppose, to do as much damage in return to these support frigates before they get taken out, and they probably will get taken out fairly soon. I really want to see whose this destroyer is, but because you can only select ships belonging to the player who did the recording, who's EX-Lax, I believe. So, wait, if this is... I don't know whose destroyer this is. O's destroyer. Okay, I thought that's maybe what I said originally. Oh, and a destroyer for the purple dude. Super has turned up as well. So the sort of green and yellow alliance, they're going to be in for a world of hurt now. Although honestly, this destroyer is pretty... I was about to say it's pretty unsupported, but there's all these frigates from Zola up here, sort of here. But the mines are almost starting to sort of slowly drift in. And
Super Capital ship drive research complete.
There we go, that's Zola's
destroyer available for construction.
Destroyer. Honestly, I don't think there's enough mines to really deal with all the capital ships. So we've got this missile destroyer still alive. That destroyer, I believe that was O's destroyer, finally went down, I think. But it's really hard to tell. Let's see if we can get a better view. This is a more centered view. There's another destroyer over here. These mines are going to be doing a lot of damage each, but there's just not enough of them. I don't think the proximity sensors have paid off really. But there we go, they took out the missile destroyer. And maybe now, with that down, all of these strike craft can start doing quite a bit of damage. I mean, but you know, how long does it take 25 scouts to destroy anything?
Probe detected.
They really need to start getting capital ships out, but their opponents need to start getting grav wells. Gravwell out,
Proximity warning.
Gravwell out, or a defence field frigate, something like that will really start to put the hurt on. 2 destroyers out now for Zola, and missile destroyer coming out for that super there, but the first destroyer of the Green and Yellow Alliance, I think, is coming into battle now. Let's see if we can get a decent view.
Frigate lost.
And honestly, all these ships, I mean, there's a lot of strike craft here. That's a lot of, I believe those are heavy corvettes. Yep, those are Sir Foggy's heavy corvettes. And heavy corvettes are pretty good,
Lost.
actually.
Resource controller retired.
So yes, most of the map has been cleared of harvesters. Or no, not harvesters, of resources. So honestly, unless they've got bounties on, the fights are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and the margins of victory are going to start to get tighter. Look, I know what I'm saying. But yes, destroyer out, missile destroyer out for Ploken. It's the Green and Yellow Alliance starting to claw their way back. They're fighting a lot of capital ships here. 2 destroyers and a missile destroyer there.
Missile destroyer available for construction.
And I'm not sure, I mean, this capital group here, iron cannon frigates backing up the destroyers, support frigates in the back.
Proximity alert.
That's just going to do a lot of, it's just going to be nasty.
Requesting fuel. We're trying out.
Oh, they do have fuel on. That's going to be really bad actually for the X-Lax, because once these ships can no longer move, they're just going to be iron cannon bait. Well, I mean, they don't stop moving completely, but you know, it's not going to be good. Lax coming out with his first destroyer now. But
We're taking damage, fleet.
it could go either way, I think, actually.
Requesting fuel.
The red team don't have the anti-strike craft ability, but the
We're trying out.
green and yellow team don't have the anti-capital ship, really. So it's just going to become this strange battle of attrition over there.
Lost.
Over here, I think
Lost.
there's various shenanigans going on with destroying each other's resources to get the last few pockets of asteroids. And over here, that's 2 destroyers versus a bunch of iron cannon frigates. Honestly, I think the frigates have it here,
Unidentified probe.
unless this gets some support frigates up on it, or you know, there's like an assault frigate here that's not doing anything, or if these turn back now. They have turned back now, so actually if they can get here,
Frigate lost.
then maybe these 2 destroyers will survive and sort of prevail here. But destroyer coming out now
Warning.
for O, so that could go either way as well. Let's see if this works. No, there we go.
Super heavy chassis
Turn
carrier
that
available for construction.
Pilot's view, I love the pilot's view. I will never get tired of it. If Homeworld Remastered doesn't have the pilot's view, I am going to be very disappointed. It's so cool, and could you imagine seeing that view being remastered? Oh, it's going to be so good.
Resource
Anyway,
retired.
yes, but all sides are
Proximity
retiring their resource ships just to sort of inch out those extra few RUs. You can see back here this nice mine laying corvette war. That's going to be nasty as well. Incredibly nasty.
Unidentified
could be.
probe detected.
In fact, it does look like the the yellow and green team. So Ploken, or is that Sir Foggy? Yes, Sir Foggy and X-Lax are doing pretty well over here. In fact, they sort of pulled it back, and that whole frigate force seems to have pretty much evaporated overnight. 3 destroyers out now for them. Whilst over here, well, I don't want to say that O is definitely going to lose. I've seen players come back from a similar situation, but he just lost his destroyer, and even if he does win,
Collector
That's
under
a
attack.
huge force he would have to fight. That's 4
Proximity
destroyers, sword cannon frigates, only 2 support frigates, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem really. They're not gonna take that much damage. They don't need to be healed. And I suspect these are probably
Resourcer under attack.
either refueling or retiring to get more capital ships out. Honestly, I think that is it for Zolo, and could well be it for Super as well. Huh. I was expecting that battle to last a bit longer actually. But it does look like this will be O. It kind of looks like he's got the advantage here, at least until these ships fly by, or, well,
Collector
these
under
corvettes
attack.
come in. He's got nothing to deal with the strike craft here. So, honestly, yeah. Well, that's Zolo. Zolo is down. Next up, I think, is Super. And then, in all likelihood, it'll be
See you next time.
Ploken. So yes, that was still quite a large game, quite a large battle. Nice 3v3. We didn't have to wait 20 minutes. We had lots of destroyer on destroyer action. I probably didn't focus on any one fight enough for you to sort of appreciate the visual of it, but yeah, I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things. But yes, that was quite a nice 3v3.
Minefield detected. We're taking damage, fleet.
See if we can get a decent view there. There's a mod that someone made. I've mentioned this. It's buried in the Relic Archive or the Relic Forums archives.
Frigate.
Oh, that was O dying and taking out a lot of ships with him. Anyway, there's a mod where you can apparently you could fly the ships, which if it worked would have been
All
awesome.
ships auto launching.
And that's Super
Resourcer
HG. So that's
lost. Frigate lost.
it. I should have done all the congratulations
Destroyer
whilst everybody was
lost.
still there. Okay, so congratulations to EX Lax, Sir Foggy and Ploken. Commiserations to Super HG, O, and who was the other HG player? Well, commiserations to the other HG player. I'm sorry, I can't remember your names. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully I will be doing some more of these. I know I say that every time, but yes, Homeworld Remastered, 25th. It's gonna be good. Yeah. Goodbye.